Enough. Enough. There has been a lot these past 6 days that have brought me to tears. Usually tears of pain and tears of disappointment. But you know, the other day something actually gave me tears of joy. That's when Senator Shaheen took the floor of the U.S. Senate and demanded action on gun safety. Then I realized Kelly is there to knock off Senator Shaheen's vote. We have got to send Maggie Hassan to the United States Senate. So everyone take out your phone, if you have a smartphone. If you're like Kathy, you still have a flip phone. But if you have a smartphone, and if you have a Twitter account, and please don't tell me you don't. If you have it, just keep it to yourself, because it'll make me cry, because I've been begging you all to do it. Okay, I'll even do it with you so that way I won't go too fast. Okay, everyone's got their phone now, and everyone's on their Twitter account, right? Okay, we're going to send a message all together. Okay, so go on to where you can craft it, and I'll read as I'm typing. HEY, okay, space at Kelly.
You should have a tripod.
Ayotte, KELLY, then hashtag or number sign, as we used to say in the old days. Then it's DOYOURJOB. Do your job. But to make sure that every Republican sees it, not just Kelly, put hashtag NHPolitics, because they are always on that, trust me. I forgot the hashtag, so. NHPolitics with an S, and always make sure you write the E. And let's make sure they know where we're all at. So we'll do hashtag, as on your credential, NHDems 2016. Okay, so, hey Kelly, do your job. NHPolitics, NHDems 2016. Okay. Everybody ready? Okay, we're all going to hit tweet at the same time. 3, 2, 1, tweet. Cool. So welcome to our 2016 convention. The committees have worked for months, along with the staff, to make this the best convention ever. It is absolutely an exciting time for all of us to get together. It's actually the first time so many of us got together since the New Hampshire primary. And so I don't actually get to go to the events that night, but I want to thank Senator Bernie Sanders in his campaign for bringing in a whole bunch of new people. And I want to thank Secretary Clinton for her support of the state party and allowing us to have the sort of financial resources to build the enormous grassroots coordinated campaign that we are now developing, and we are going to lead us into victory in November. I am so excited that Elizabeth Warren is here. When I called Senator Shaheen saying, "Do you think it's possible?" She goes, "I'll check." She called back, "Yes." And that was 2 months ago, and we were very grateful for Senator Shaheen for getting Senator Warren here to be here to encourage us to do the right thing and send Maggie Hassan to the United States Senate. We are excited to hear from Governor Hassan and talk about her campaign for the U.S. Senate. We are excited to hear from Congresswoman Shea-Porter today. From Congresswoman Custard. And our three great candidates for governor, Colin Oster, Executive Council. We're going to hear from the next Senate President, Jeff Whitmer, and all the other and we will say greetings for we're suspecting we'll have about 260 members of the House if you do our job. So it is my honor to convene this convention and to welcome to the stage, to the podium, our convention co-chairs, Senator Dan Feltus of Concord and Representative Alexis Simpson of Exeter.
Well, welcome everyone. I'm excited to be here. I'm State Senator Dan Feltus, and I'm joined today by current state representative and the next state senator from Exeter, Alexis Simpson.
Thank you, Dan. On behalf of the convention officers and the NHDP, we are proud and excited to welcome you to the 2016 NHDP State Convention.
Party business, hear from elected officials, eat a little pizza, take part in important workshops, and this year is no different.
This morning, we'll hear from our Rules, Credentials, Platform, and Resolutions Committees on their report. Municipal and legislative leaders, as well as our candidates.
That's right, Alexis. We get to hear from our candidates and elected officials. We have three candidates for governor joining us today. Colin Van Ostern. Mark Conley. Steve Marchand. Chairman indicated, we'll also hear from Congresswoman Shea-Porter. My very own Congresswoman, Annie Custard.
In 2014, New Hampshire bucked the national trend, and we re-elected Senator Jean Shaheen and defeated Scott Brown. Senator Shaheen will be here today to talk about the important work that she is doing and what's at stake in November.
Serving in the state Senate, I've seen firsthand just how hard our governor, Maggie Hassan, works each and every day standing up for everyday people. That's why I'm so proud that she is running for the U.S. Senate to replace Kelly Ayotte. Yeah! doing so, we're going to make sure that New Hampshire has 2 senators that always put New Hampshire first. So like you, I can't wait to hear from the governor later on.
Champion, fighter, tough, determined senator. Elizabeth Warren is all of those, and I am so excited that she is our keynote speaker this year. Senator Warren has been leading the charge against the hateful and disgusting rhetoric coming from the Republican nominee for president, Donald Trump. With Elizabeth in our corner, fighting for working families and fighting for the progressive causes that we all hold dear, I know that Donald Trump and Kelly Ayotte don't stand a chance this November.
Now, please welcome to the stage 3 of our Democratic National Convention pages for the Pledge of Allegiance. We have Sarah Craig of Manchester. Please come out. Benny Ruprecht of Haverhill. Let's give him a round of applause. And Ethan Morehouse of Manchester.
Force for a real renaissance of local Democrats in one of the toughest areas of the state. When we do become a dark blue state, it will be because of the hard work of individuals like him. Serving as a local chair, he has expanded the influence of his community by welcoming in nearby towns to his monthly meetings and tasks. His letters to the editor are legendary for their clear logic and brilliance. He's an active Democrat at every single level of the party, and like the Friedmans, no task is too small and no task is too big. He gets the job done. It is my pleasure to present the 2016 NHDP Norman and Anita Friedman Award to Hampshire Democratic Chair Andy Weir.
The one thing I want to do is give someone much more important than me credit for this, and that's my wife. She's why I'm a Democrat. I wasn't one for a long time, and then I married her, and I understood when I saw what she'd gone through in her childhood, how important it is to have people with a voice stand up for people who don't. And so it's for her that I accept this. And thank you.
Over the last 17 years that either Kathy or I have been chair, we have strived to outdo each other with giving more awards and creating more awards. This is one that Kathy created in 2004, but it's one that is very close to my heart as well, as was the Friedman Award. And that is honoring somebody who did extraordinary work in the legislature. So each year, we present the Peter Ho Berlin Legislative Award to a Democratic legislator who has, like Senator Berlin, did extraordinary work at the State House. This year's recipient more than fits the bill. His legislative priorities have always been first and foremost to be an advocate for his district, which faces unique challenges that the rest of the state simply does not. His priorities are for his area of the state, including improving the economy, bringing new quality jobs, and fighting for their fair share of state services and funding. Coming from a blue-collar area of the state, he has made fighting for our hardworking men and women a priority. And as we continue to combat the heroin and opioid epidemic, he sponsored critical legislation to provide an additional $5 million to support substance abuse treatment services, peer-to-peer recovery support services, and supportive housing for those battling with addiction. It is my honor to present the 2016 Peter O. Burling Legislative Board to Senate Minority Leader and the next Senate President, Jeff Woodburn of the
Buckley for everybody for all the work. I've known Ray all my life since we've been 14 years old working for campaigns, and thank you very much. We are innovative and we are going to make a difference in the lives of the people of New Hampshire. Thank you to all my colleagues and every Democrat out there who works hard and does the humble work of getting people elected, caring, and being involved in the community. Thank you.
Every 4 years, our state party chair has the honor of bringing forward to the state convention 4 individuals to serve as New Hampshire's presidential electors in December. My list this year includes 4 individuals who each made history in their own right. The council and was the Democratic nominee for Congress in 1984. I hope in your program you saw the write-up that Rennie and I put in there regarding Dudley's portrait committee. I hope that you'll donate what you can, whether it's $5 or $500. Everything is needed, and we need to do it now. We are in the process of hiring, and we need to have the money. She deserves this honor, so that every 4th grade student, whether it's a little girl or a little boy, when they're touring the State House, they'll see Dudley's portrait, and maybe, like me, or inspired by her, to be more involved in politics. I also want to note that 40 years ago was my first Democratic State Convention, 1976. And it is where I first saw Dudley in person. And she loves, she's not with us today. She's not feeling her best, but she loves, she's here. Dudley, you told me you were not well. Dudley, where are you? I'm here. Doesn't this make that awkward? So the truth and the story is the same. At the 1976 convention, as a 16-year-old volunteer for the party, the local headquarters put together the $10 so I could register and go, and I saw Dudley in person. And I was about, for here to mark, about 10 feet away. But I was so overwhelmed and so excited, but so shy, that I could not gather the courage to go and say hello. I have been admiring her every day since. So let's thank Dudley for everything that she has done. Second selection is Bev Hollingworth. Bev served as the first Democratic woman to serve as Senate President in the state of New Hampshire. Prior to her 1990 election to the Senate, she served, she did this in 1999. Prior to her election in 1990, she served in the New Hampshire House, and later on she served 2 terms on the Executive Council, following her 2002 campaign for governor. Third, Terry Norelli. Terry became the first Democratic woman to serve as New Hampshire Hampshire House Speaker 2006, and the first woman to ever serve 3 terms as Speaker of the House. And she also served as President of the National Council of State Legislators. 4, Carol Shea-Porter. Carol was the first woman to be elected to federal office from New Hampshire, and she was elected to Congress 10 years ago. And we are looking forward to her re-election this fall. In December, Dudley, Bev, Terry, and Carol will make history by being the first all-female delegation of presidential electors to represent any state in American history. What makes this even more historic is that their proceedings will be called to order by Governor, then Senator-elect Maggie Hassan, and that their votes will be accepted in Congress by Representative Annie McLean Custer and Senator Jean Shaheen.
Yeah.
Is there a second to my nominations? Second. All those in favor? I'm not going to say. Thank you so much.